Hey, this is Par 64 guy. I've got another quick project for you. This is actually a favor I'm doing for a relative. They had this antique roll top desk. They pulled the drawer out and it flopped forward. So taking a quick look at it, I found that the rail that holds the drawer in place had snapped. And so that way it wasn't supporting the drawer from the bottom. So as soon as the drawer pulled out, it just toppled forward. So I'm going to fabricate a new piece of wood and get it installed. And we'll see if that fixes the problem, gets their drawer working again. So you can see how the rails are set up here. It's just a piece of wood with some rib features in it to hold the drawer, anchored on this side, and on the inside you can see it has a tab that goes into a slot in the back. So here's the piece of wood that's going to be used to replace it. You can see it's about the right height. So I just need to rip this to width and then put the two rib features in. To rip this to the proper width, I'm just going to use the old piece as a template for the saw. Get this snugged up against the blade. I already checked the underside of the drawer and it's pretty forgiving. So if I'm off by 1/16 of an inch, it's really not too bad. You can see that slides in there nice. So let's rip this. Don't forget your safety glasses. Now that we're ripped to width, let's measure the length. 17.5 inches. I'll mark that on the new one. See, the depth on this is about 13-30 seconds. So I've set the blade height to be about the same. You can see here it's just dragging. Now that this slot is cut, now I need to make the cut over here, which is going to be about 1/4 inch deep and about 5/16 of an inch from the edge of the wood. So that means we're going to go in this way. Remember, it's going to be the side of the blade near the fence is where the measurement's going to be taken. So again, 5/16 of an inch. Check it again, make sure it didn't move. Lay the other piece in there. It just fits, so it's about the right size. Now I have to set my depth. About 1/4 of an inch. The original has this notch cut out, and because the new piece is just a slight bit shorter, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to test it first. I'll see how well it fits. If it fits well, I'm not going to worry about the notch. The last piece I need to do is on this end. You can't see it because this piece was broken off, but there's a little bit of a tail where the ridge part's not there, and that's to go into a slot that's in the body of the desk. So another feature on the old rail is this hole that's secures it to the front of the desk. So it's a through hole with a countersink because it is a flathead screw and it needs to sit flush so that way the drawer doesn't hit it as it moves. Flathead screws like these drywall screws, unlike their round head counterparts, have a flat head so that way they can sit flush on the surface of the work that you're fastening. Now, to drill the hole for a flathead screw typically requires a specialized tool called a countersink. I don't have a countersink, so I'm going to use 2 drill bits, and that will give me the same effect of drilling the smaller hole for the shaft of the screw and then sinking in a larger diameter to give me the relief to be able to allow the head to sit flat. Well, that concludes another project. I know it was a quick one, but hopefully this at least shows you that even if it's a project that looks like it might be pretty daunting, break it down into what actually has to be done, and it may not be so bad after all. In the case of this here, a broken drawer on an antique desk, it was a case of I just needed to fashion up a new piece of wood to replace the broken one. It was doable with the right tools. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button down here in that corner. Also click on the notifications, that way you'll know when I'm uploading a new video. And if you have any suggestions for other projects you'd like to see done, leave a comment below. Once again, this is Par 64 Guy. See you later.